Everything in your body is speaking this language, it is dying. And everything in the body is programmed and prepared for that. So when everything that you know is going to go, just an empty space seems fearful. If that is not there, when the time to lose this comes, you become desperate and it's natural. So how do I prepare?
Namaste. My question is how to tune or prepare your mind for the certainty of death, for your close ones, your family, something that we all know is real, but to come to terms with it during the process of life, after especially mid-age life, how does one live with that right?
This happened in 2020, just before the pandemic, 3 weeks before the pandemic. There was a book that was in the writing process or in the editing process for almost 8 years. Usually that's not my time scale, but somebody was editing it, taking limitless amount of time, and they keep coming back to me, one more question, one more question, one more question. Then I said, it looks like this is going to be a memorial book. Then in February 2020, I said it must be published now. They said, no Sadhguru, there's some more work we need to do this, this and that. I said, no, it has to go now. They said, why? We've waited so long, some more little things, Sadhguru, just spend 3 days with us, we'll put it together. I said, no, it must go now. Then the pandemic broke out. The book got published and pandemic broke out and death was all over the place. It's very important that, especially Western societies have made it like it's a taboo to utter the word death. No, everybody should know that we are mortal. Because it's a limited… essentially mortality means it's a limited amount of time. If you know it's a limited amount of time, you would organize yourself for that. If you think you're immortal, you would live a stupid life. Yes or no? See, the biggest problem with most human beings is they think other people die. They don't know this will die. You know those dying people? They die. No, you and me die. Right now we can say we're living, or we can say we're dying, actually it's the same term. Right now we're dying. The process will be complete one day. We hope to kick the can, but we know we're dying. If you know you're dying, everything in your body is speaking this language, it is dying. It doesn't matter how energetic you are, how exuberant you are, still it's dying, isn't it so? If you pay enough attention. So, instead of trying to make a philosophy out of death, you must pay little more attention to the life that you are. Then you know clearly you're dying. And everything in the body is programmed and prepared for that, except your silly mind. And that's what you want to prepare, I understand. But everything in the body, every cell in the body knows it's dying and it's preparing for it. And of course it's trying to buy a little more time. So how do I prepare? See, when it's close, if you try to prepare somebody, they will get paranoid. Because you must understand, everything that you think is me is going to go right now. Your body is going to go, your thoughts are going to go, your emotions are going to go, your personality is going to go, your house, your relationships and the works, your job, everything will go. So when everything that you know is going to go, just an empty space seems fearful. You can't prepare against that. When I was about 2.5 years of age, for some reason my mother was unwell, and so I went and lived with my aunt for about nearly 2 years, maybe a little less than 2 years. She was only 18 years of age. She was just married and she was an exuberant, joyful, loving human being. She took me as her own and not as her child, I became her buddy. So she took care of me well. I was there for nearly 2 years and then I came back, but we maintained that relationship more as a friend than an aunt. Very joyful, exuberant, loving human being. Everything in her life well, her children came and, the usual things, boys went to America, girls got married as they wanted, whatever Indian dream happened. Small aberrations, maybe, but nothing major, everything went well. When she was 69 years of age, she got some tuberculosis in the brain and they said she has just a few months left. She lost it. It was so painful to see her, such a joyful, exuberant human being. Suddenly she lost it completely. And then she passed on like that. Then I saw, this is what spiritual process means. That means something beyond your physical and psychological space, there is another little space. Once you have this little thing, suddenly losing the body, losing the mind is not such a big issue. You have a place to stand. If you don't have that, then suddenly everything looks like hopeless, just threatening. So, this needs to happen. As a part of this, we started in southern India what is called as one-drop spirituality. Everybody must have at least one drop spirituality. They don't have to become, enlightened and knowledgeable and stuff. At least one drop, something more than the body must be with you always. If that is not there, when the time to lose this comes, you become desperate and it's natural. So this is very important.